All right, so let's talk about one of the simplest connections of any audio system that's been part of the process since the beginning of audio time, and that's to do speaker wires. I've broken this down into three categories. We have speaker wire connections, we have HDMI connections for video, and then we have audio interconnects. The HDMI can be problematic, but is really rather simple. Speaker wires is probably the simplest type of connection, and then the more complicated thing is making our audio interconnect connections between like a Bluesound node and a pair of studio monitors or a pair of wireless speakers, or doing some NAD equipment, making those interconnections between device to device can be a little bit more complex. But in this particular instance, doing talking speaker wire connections, I have two options. I'm probably going to add a third, sort of in between these two, but I want to keep this simple. This is what I'm using in my garage, and rather than trying to carry a bunch of random crap to make it overly complex, I'd rather keep it simple for you. So I've got some accessories we'll talk about at the end here, but we really have, at least today, I have two different speaker wires. I've got the expensive stuff, and I've got the inexpensive stuff, and very versatile in-wall. So this, I know you're going to freak out, not OG spec, but this is Monoprice. And I buy this in bulk and make it easier for you. I always end up buying it in bulk personally, and I've been doing that for years, and I think I've gone through 3 500-foot rolls of in-wall rated speaker wire over the last 15 years. It seems like every 5 years or so I run out of wire, and then I go and get another set. Just doing audio in different places in my life, and having a roll of CI rated or custom install or CL rated in-wall wire, that this is rated for code, so that you can run it in the wall. And I like to do 2-conductor 12 gauge, and so that's what this is. So if you can get in there real tightly, Mike, there's two wires. There's a black one and a red one, positive and negative. Really quite simple. And so what you would do, be careful with this, but so you should cut the jacket long ways. You'd see, take your razor blade, we'll do it for you while we're here. So take my razor blade like this, cut it like that, so that way I don't cut through the wire on the side. This should split open if I push down hard enough, which I probably didn't. My blade is pretty jacked here. There we go. So I'm going to split the jacket off like this. There's a guide wire that they use to pull, or a string that they use to pull the cable. And then what you would do it like that, and then you could use your regular wire strippers, and there's your 2-conductor 12 gauge. And this, I've run $10,000 pairs of speaker off of this stuff. It's freaking great. I know it's Monoprice. It's I don't know how many strands are in there, but it's an appropriate amount of stranded copper. Quality is decent. It's what we need for running pretty much any application. So picture these were like Dynaudio emits, and I was using a Bluesound power node. I'm going to connect my speaker wire to here, and then connect it to the back of the speaker, and we're good to go. Now, what you may want to do to step up your game a little bit, to make your connectivity a little simpler, a little cleaner, is you may want to buy a pack of, and these are 10 packs of Etherreel from Metra, of banana plugs. And so what you may want to do, I really don't want to open this. I think you get the gist of it. You're going to unscrew this, so you'll strip this back, say half an inch. You'll twist it up. You'll untwist this, put the wire through, and you can put a nice set of banana connectors or banana plugs on here to make your connections easier to your speaker. And so this is like, I don't know, it's $1 something a foot, pretty inexpensive. Still a 12 gauge wire. It's probably not all that different than what's in this fancy wire here we're going to show you in a second. And so for 99% of your speaker wire applications, this is what we need to have to connect. And you can buy it by the foot. If you want to buy 37 feet of it, you can buy whatever you want. We're going to cut it off the reel and send it to you. And so you can buy it however you want, and by the foot from us. So we'll keep this in stock. And then we're going to create a drop down for when you're buying your audio systems, your complete systems. We'll have a drop down if you wanted to just do the regular speaker wire. We'll have this available, and you can buy whatever foot allocation you needed. You can run this behind a cabinet, in a wall, on a cabinet, in your living room, wherever you want to go. This stuff is super versatile. I use this all over the place. Anytime I'm doing speakers, I'm doing this, unless I'm doing something really fancy, really high end. So then the high end option, set this aside, would be to do, I really like this, Metra's Velux. So here's the difference between, a regular in-wall rated cable and something fancy. And so I don't know that you're paying for all that much fancier copper inside of here. What you're paying for on this level of a speaker wire, I think you'd probably be able to, I haven't spent any time doing this, you'd probably be able to hear a minor difference between connecting this to some, you have to do something better. Like a power node, I think you're going to need something with more current, more power to really notice a difference between a base wire and a slightly better wire. This is not a Kimber, this is not an Audio Quest, this is not a $4,000 cable. This is a couple $100, I think these are like $300 or something like that. What you're paying for is the termination, for the cleanliness of it, so that when I take something like a power node, or I take a pair of like Audio Evokes or something like that, I have a nice, clean, finished connection. That's really what you're paying for. Audibly, I don't know that you're going to hear a whole world of difference. What I'm hoping to also offer, I've been negotiating and working on this. I'm hoping to ink the deal soon. But SVS makes a version of this as well for 50 or 60 bucks. I still think this is a nicer, better cable than the SVS stuff. But I don't know how much this makes sense if you're buying a set of Blue Sound, like P5s for 400 bucks. I don't know if that makes sense to put a $300 speaker cable on it, but it's up to you, depending on what you want it to look like. So it comes in a box like this. It comes in 8 feet, 10 feet, or 12 feet. You can buy whatever size you want, and go to obsessedgarage.com to get the current pricing. We're at the end of 2021. We appear to be in a hyperinflation environment, and so I would expect pricing on this stuff to change, significantly over the course of the next couple of years. Let's hope that we can rein inflation in, but if we don't, the prices on these things are going to rise. Let's hope that everybody's wages follow suit. But this is what this is a 10-foot pair of Velux cables, what it looks like. Pretty nice stuff. It's appropriate. I would run, I don't know that I'd run a $45,000 pair of Dyne Audio Evidence or a Confidence off of this. But I'd run, I'm running an older Monster cable, a little bit nicer version of these on my $12,000 Contour 60s. But if I'm buying a pair of Evokes and like an NAD C388, this is perfect. This is what you want if we're going to do that in your garage. And the last speaker wire thing we have are, I just want to have these available to you. You can kind of get these anywhere, but these are from Metra. They're, these are all pretty much the same. Where you have a 4-post binding post. So these are the push to connect type of binding posts, and then these are the screw to connect. Like if you unscrewed it, if you were putting bare wire on here, like if you were not putting banana plugs, but these will accept bananas, and so these would be if you were doing the pre-construction or doing you ran your wire to a box, a construction box, an electrical box. If you're running this wire to it, you terminate it to this and then get some Velux cables or something like that, or put some banana plugs on some CI cable, put some heat shrink on it to turn it black, and or a well, where that wire loom stuff is, and you were going to terminate it, make it look nice. So we do have all this stuff available. So if you're buying any of the NAD stuff from us, you have an old receiver, you're buying some Dyne Audio Emits, some PSB P5s, Dyne Audio Evokes, we have all the speaker wire stuff available to you. So good, decent quality stuff, solving the problem for you, and you can get it all in one spot. So make sure to check out the HDMI video if you need some help with video, as well as the audio interconnects with XLRs and RCAs and setting up subwoofers and stuff like that. Check out that stuff. Hit us up, Matt at obsessedgarage.com, if you're really getting into the audio stuff and you want to pick my brain and help me point you in the direction. Support at obsessedgarage.com if you want a quick answer. Manny and his team are really astute on this stuff. And if you're having us build the garage from scratch and doing all this stuff together, hit up Kyle's team, design at obsessedgarage.com. So thanks for your support, and we'll see you on the next video. And this audio stuff sure is fun. I like this pursuit. This chase has been a really interesting experiment. It's something that I really enjoy in the garage, and so I want to make sure we have interconnects and all the parts and pieces we need to put this together. So thanks for watching. See you soon.